Earthquake in Indonesia. We are looking at a 7.7 magnitude quake there, the latest on what is happening. There is also a hurricane coming towards Oahu. We'll have the latest from an emergency official there. And my one-on-one exclusive with Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., on President Trump and vaccines. The story starts right now.
Live from Los Angeles, The Story Is with Elex Michaelson.
Thanks for being with us. I'm Elex Michaelson. A massive 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of south central Indonesia on Saturday. The local governor says at least 5 people were killed, several others injured. It hit near the island of Flores, which is home to about 2 million people. A tsunami warning issued after the quake has now been lifted. CNN's Gage Goulding is in Hong Kong following this breaking story. To start things off for us, Gage, we're hearing of new aftershocks.
Yeah, Alex, and some of these aftershocks were just as strong as the initial earthquake itself. You mentioned there, 7.7 magnitude earthquake, an incredibly strong earthquake. According to the USGS, about 500,000 people in and around that area of northern Indonesia were able to feel what the USGS qualifies or quantifies as very strong to severe shaking, and you can see the video there. People running in shock and disbelief, buildings crumbling in that area. What we've seen is damage to hospitals, damage to buildings. And this video coming from social media is truly impressive, especially when you think about the number of earthquakes that we've had in and around the area of, this is all along that kind of ring of fire area where 90% of the world's earthquakes hit. And look at this video here of the building actually crumbled into it. This was around 6 a.m. local time, so this is just as people are starting to get going for the day. Many still sleeping around 6 a.m. I certainly would be on a Saturday morning local time in Indonesia. That's whenever all this hit. So there's a lot of people inside these structures. That's what I'm getting at here. I want you to listen to somebody that was here in that area describing the moment when the shaking started. Take a listen.
The quake was massive. The shock was so strong. We were resting at home with family. There were 13 of us inside the house, and we all ran to save ourselves.
Yeah, they're running to save themselves there. And the latest number that we just got in moments ago is that there have been 5 confirmed fatalities, according to a local police official on the ground there, and a number of other folks that have been injured in this, Alex.
Gage Goulding in Hong Kong with the latest on that 7.7 magnitude quake in Indonesia. Speaking of earthquakes, it's been 4 days since a 7.4 magnitude quake hit Colombia. Now that country's president vowing to rebuild the nation's western region. Rescue teams found a man alive in the rubble of a collapsed hotel on Friday, and amazingly, which is sparking hope that more survivors could still be found. As of Friday, officials say 287 people have died, nearly 400 more are missing, and thousands are injured. Hawaii is preparing for a rare potential hurricane strike this weekend as tropical storm Lala moves closer to the Big Island. The system picking up strength as it moves closer. Lala expected to hit hurricane status before reaching the Big Island on Saturday, bringing as much as 2 feet of rain and storm surge of nearly 3 feet. Hurricanes have made landfall on the Hawaiian Islands only a handful of times since record keeping began.
I'm feeling a little bit anxious, like I said. We're in the past. I felt certain degrees of anxiety and such, but it's a little bit different because just the way they're talking and the way it's presenting and all of it, it's not sounding like it's going to be something innocent. So get ready.
Joining me now is Molly Pierce, Public Information Officer for the Oahu Department of Emergency Management. Molly, what is the latest and what's happening right now when it comes to preparation?
Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me. So right now on Oahu, we're preparing for a tropical storm to impact our island starting Saturday night. Of course, all eyes are on the Big Island as they potentially experience experienced this as a direct hit from a hurricane, and so we're waiting to see what that looks like. But on Oahu, we're actively preparing all of our city agencies and federal and state partners, along with our nonprofit and non-governmental agencies, to really do everything we can ahead of the storm to get as many people to safety as we can. Be that doing encouraging folks to shelter in place with friends and family and opening shelters as necessary. We're also doing a lot of prep to try and prevent a lot of these impacts. So doing a lot of work to try and keep our streams from overflowing. We had some really damaging flooding back in March with our Kona lows, and so we're really trying to do as much as we can ahead to prevent that kind of incident again. Our big concern though really for this one is the wind, and we have a lot of vulnerable infrastructure. Our power lines are mostly above ground, and we have a lot of big beautiful tropical trees that unfortunately with these strong winds do come down. So we're really asking folks to prepare for prolonged power outages after this storm, which we think could likely be our primary impact on Oahu.
I mean, obviously, it's the middle of August. This is the time when so many people are flying in and out of Hawaii from all around the world. What is your message to tourists and your message to residents?
Our message for both groups really is the same at this point. If you're here, you're going to need to be ready to take care of yourself through this storm, either if you are a resident, either sheltering in place in your home or going to a shelter. If you're a visitor, you're actually probably in a pretty good position. If you're staying in a hotel, most of those buildings are strong enough and safe enough to shelter in place in, and definitely check with the management of your hotel to find out what their specific plans are. For anyone who's planning travel after the storm, we'd really recommend folks take a look, see what the impacts are, and just be ready to be flexible and try and give us the aloha that we try to give you, and help us to either recover if we have impacts or come on in if things are in the clear.
Great messages. Best of luck in the days ahead. Molly Pierce, thank you for joining us. And in our next hour, we will go live to the Big Island. Out of this.
Pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States. Essentially that's right. We have the blockade. No ships get through unless we want them to.
President Trump there dropping a bombshell about the future of the Strait of Hormuz. It's unclear how he would make an international water right between Iran and Oman and U.S. territory. But Iran was quick to react, saying the strait cannot be seized by a tweet, an aircraft carrier, or a campaign speech. Mr. Trump also seemed to be out of step with the new White House messaging on Iran. The White House said Friday that keeping gas prices low is just as important as ending Iran's nuclear program. A couple hours later, the president said it's worth it to pay more for gas that prevents Iran from getting nuclear weapons. He also said this.
That ship is moving. That ship is moving right now, very shortly, and it's being replaced with another very similar ship. No, not nearly long enough.
President Trump dismissing concerns about conditions on the USS Abraham Lincoln, which is deployed near Iran. There have been multiple reports of crew members trying to jump while going overboard in horrid living conditions on that ship. The carrier has been deployed for more than 250 days. Now learning that a crew member of another supporting vessel went overboard without leaving. He was later rescued, but still unclear if he intentionally jumped. The suspect in the murder of the United Healthcare CEO is facing a potential life sentence following his guilty plea on Friday. Luigi Mangione confessed to gunning down CEO Brian Thompson in New York back in 2024. Mangione's sentencing is set for December, but as Lee Waldman reports, he did not plead guilty to murder charges, and it's unclear if he'll ever face them.
Lasting less than 40 minutes, Luigi Mangione appeared in federal court in Manhattan Friday, pleading guilty to federal stalking charges. Mangione is charged with gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson nearly 2 years ago. Mangione telling the U.S. District Judge, "I shot Mr. Thompson and he died. I knew what I was doing was illegal."
As Luigi explained in court today, he endured years of severe, debilitating pain following a broken back while struggling to navigate our healthcare and health insurance systems.
In a separate case at the state level, 28-year-old Mangione faces second-degree murder and weapons charges in connection to the shooting death of Thompson, in which he has pleaded not guilty.
New York law does not permit a person to be prosecuted and punished twice for the exact same crime.
Mangione's defense team immediately filed a motion to dismiss some of the state case on grounds it violates New York's strict double jeopardy laws.
This was a strategic move by his defense team to again prevent him from being tried in state court. It's not automatic that the state case will be dismissed.
Following the federal court hearing, the Thompson family releasing a statement saying in part, "Today's guilty plea marks an important step towards justice for Brian and for our family. While nothing will ease the pain of losing him, we are grateful that the federal justice system has held the person responsible for this heinous act accountable."
The result achieved today now allows our office to seek the maximum penalty allowed, life in prison.
In Lower Manhattan, Rob reporting.
The story is President Trump's new executive order on vaccines. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy sits down with me for a one-on-one interview about the Trump administration's vaccine policy. That's next.
Decades in Sports, Sunday at 9 on CNN and next day on the CNN app.